Increasing the size of your biceps can give the impression that you are stronger and more physically fit. This is because your biceps are one of the primary muscles that are immediately noticeable as a sign of regular exercise. That's why most people, especially men, focus on working their biceps and abs when they start going to the gym. However, if you're not seeing much progress in your bicep growth, it could be due to the fact that you're not treating your biceps like other major muscle groups. One of the most significant mistakes that people make when trying to build their biceps is not overloading their workouts. Many people focus on things like performing curls slowly or turning their pinkies up during each rep, but they forget the most important aspect, which is progressively increasing the weight used for bicep curls. Biceps are often grouped with abs as muscles that don't require heavy weights to see growth. However, the weight you use for your bicep curls is just as critical as the weight used for exercises like squats or bench. To see growth in your biceps, you need to focus on continually increasing the weight load used in your bicep exercises. This means you must progressively overload your biceps by lifting heavier weights. It may be challenging to increase your weight for bicep curls, but one effective strategy is to increase the weight when you're near the top of your rep range. For example, if your rep range for bicep curls is 6 to 10 reps, once you can perform 9 or 10 reps with a heavy weight, you should increase the weight to a point where you can only complete 6 to 7 reps. Your goal should be to work with this heavier weight load until you can perform it for 9 or 10 reps again, and then repeat the process. By following this strategy, you can ensure that you are always challenging your biceps and progressively increasing the weight load used in your exercises, which will lead to noticeable growth over time. To maximize bicep growth, it's important to vary your exercises beyond the usual standing dumbbell curls or barbell curls. While these are effective exercises, there are many other options that can overload and challenge your biceps in different ways. For example, the preacher curl is uncomfortable and requires less weight, but it can lead to boosts in strength for upright standing curls and vice versa. Progressively overloading all of these exercises is key for consistent growth. Consider incorporating challenging exercises like preacher curls or incline dumbbell curls, which may require lighter weights. Remember that your biceps have two heads, and different exercises emphasize the development of each head. By doing a variety of different exercises over time, you can ensure balanced development of both heads. The next common mistake people make when aiming to grow their biceps is not starting their arm workout with fresh biceps. To achieve optimal results, it's recommended to have arm-specific days where you solely focus on your shoulders, biceps, and triceps. Since your shoulders are larger and more complex muscles that don't interfere with biceps, it's advisable to start your arm day workout with shoulder exercises like military presses, bent arm lat raises, and reverse flies. Although some shoulder exercises like overhead presses may fatigue your triceps, they shouldn't wear out your biceps, leaving them fresh for exercises. If you want to prioritize shoulder exercises first in your workout, you can do so, but avoid training your biceps after doing back exercises like barbell rows, deadlifts, and lat pull-downs, as this may weaken your biceps and make it difficult to progressively overload them for growth. To maximize bicep growth, it's recommended to have at least 2 arm-specific days per week. Studies show that training your muscles more often results in more growth, as protein synthesis levels typically only stay elevated for up to 72 hours after a workout. By training your arms at least once every 4 days, you can boost protein synthesis rates 2 times a week, leading to more bicep growth. Another thing that might be hindering your progress in breaking through a bicep plateau is avoiding cheat reps. While it's true that perfect form is crucial for most of your reps, a little momentum can actually help you build bigger biceps. You don't want to sacrifice good form by flaring out your elbows or throwing your hips forward on every curl, but you also don't want to stop when things get challenging. If you can't perform a perfect curl in your 8th rep, don't just stop at 8. Instead, that 9th rep with a little bit of cheating can be just as beneficial. These force reps can help you not only in terms of muscle growth, but also in potentially getting stronger and achieving that rep next time without cheating. So, stick to good form for most of your reps, but don't give up when fatigue sets in. Squeeze out 1 or 2 cheat reps, as those last reps can have a huge impact on your progress. Let's discuss your diet, because if you're not consuming enough calories or protein, it'll be challenging to increase the size of your biceps, particularly if you're no longer a beginner and are already facing a plateau. Consuming a calorie surplus is advantageous because it triggers psychological changes that aid muscle growth, such as increasing testosterone and IGF-1 levels, while decreasing cortisol levels. These changes in your hormones enhance muscle protein synthesis while decreasing muscle protein breakdown, resulting in muscle growth. However, it's not necessary to have a massive calorie surplus. Studies have shown that a small calorie surplus of about 48 above maintenance is a good starting point to remain lean while increasing bicep size. Regarding protein intake, it's more important to get enough total protein throughout the day than worrying about nutrient timing. Studies suggest that evenly distributing protein intake among 3 or 4 meals throughout the day, instead of having it all at once, may be more beneficial for muscle building. However, there's no advantage of waiting a long time after a workout to consume protein. In certain cases, having a protein shake immediately after your workout can promote better muscle recovery and growth, particularly if you fasted before exercising. Overall, the key is to ensure you consume 0.73 grams of protein per pound of body weight every day. If you're not gaining weight on the scale after a few weeks, consider gradually increasing your calories. It's worth mentioning that doing too much cardio could also be hindering your muscle growth, especially in your biceps. However, moderate amounts of lower body cardio, such as running, cycling, or stair climbing, shouldn't have a significant impact on your bicep curling performance. It's important to remember that building muscle mass requires being in a calorie surplus, but excessive cardio can burn too many calories and make it difficult to maintain a surplus. In fact, too much cardio can even push you into a calorie maintenance or deficit state. To counteract this, you can increase your calorie intake to balance out the calories you're burning through cardio. If you're currently doing a lot of cardio, keep this in mind and make sure your calorie intake is sufficient to support your muscle growth goals.